I decided to embrace my sister when other people are choosing to frown and make an attempt to shit on my sister's bright light. I choose to turn up the knob and make that light brighter. Shouts out to my sister Tiffany Haddish.
What up, Tiff?
Star of the movie Girls Trip. Had a phenomenal year. Let me break it down to you because I love to support. I go back with Tiff. I remember the days when Tiffany Haddish was sleeping out of her car. I remember the days where Tiffany Haddish was homeless. I remember the days where Tiffany Haddish had not a dime in her goddamn pocket. Worked hard, grinded, got to where she is today. And at the height of her career, when most should applaud, when most should celebrate, some choose to down. So you know what I do in this moment? I choose to not only put my baby sister up, but make you guys realize why she deserves to be up. #1 movie in Girls Trip. She starred in a movie called Night School with Me. She's on a TV show with Tracy Morgan called The Last OG. She's got a movie coming out that Tyler Perry did with her, Whoopi Goldberg, Tika Sumpter, and many more. She's got another movie coming out with Melissa McCarthy. The girl is working her ass off, and in return received the Emmy on SNL for working her ass off. Filmed a special on Showtime, just got a deal with Netflix to go and tape another special. What I see a woman as well deserving of the position that she's in, and more importantly, I see a girl that's now positioned to open up doors for this younger generation of female comedians that are coming after her.
All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? Let's back before we go forward here with this story, all right? You just heard Kevin Hart send some very Kevin Hart-like energy in the direction of Katt Williams. He's clapping back, but he's doing it so properly, professional, and PC. That's just how Kevin Hart claps back. I ain't mad at that. He got the numbers and the stats to clap back any which way he wants to. So this is what happened. I think this was on last Friday. Katt Williams pulled up to do a morning show in Atlanta. It's Frank and Wanda in the morning, right? Frank Ski and Wanda in the morning. Now, just judging the tone of this interview, I'm gonna be honest with you. Katt Williams came to this radio station to get some stuff off his chest, all right? They were promoting, I believe, a show that they have, but Katt Williams came to get some stuff off his chest. He was pushing the envelope with this interview. It was his energy driving the interview. To be honest with you, Frank and Wanda were pretty unprepared for the interview, but this was all Katt Williams. You could tell he had things on his chest. If they said anything remotely close to something that Katt could take to the next level, he was taking it there. Like, pretty much, Frank and Wanda didn't give Katt much, but I mean, he's just great at getting whatever he needs to get off his chest. And he drove this interview, not the personalities, all right? I said that to say, look, Katt Williams in a bad mood, all right? So the conversation went left, because I did watch this interview in totality. Katt Williams was asked, I believe by Wanda, about pretty much what does he feel about Netflix and Monique. We obviously know Netflix ain't get her money. She called out a whole bunch of directors, including Tyler Perry, Oprah. She gave a little bit of that smoke to Will Packer as well. Anybody you could think of that's black in Hollywood or ventures off into Hollywood and makes money in that field, she pretty much said that they weren't rocking with her, all right? Lee Daniels got a little of that smoke as well. And what she did was go to the Breakfast Club and have one of those infamous interviews in which she told Leonard and the company that I deserve more than what they were offering me, which was around, $300,000. She thought her Netflix special deserved more. So Katt Williams at this radio show commented on all that. He said, Netflix based what they pay you by the amount of ticket sales for your last tour. So Monique's last tour had 316,000 tickets. Therefore, that's what she got offered, right? He went on to give some smoke randomly. I don't even think the radio show brought these actors up, but this is just the mood that Katt Williams was in. He said they're going to let you do your special, Gerard Carmichael, but nobody's going to watch it. They're going to let you be a star, Lil Rel, but you're ugly, and white people don't believe in ugly stars. They believe that you have to be somebody women want to sleep with and men want to be, but because we're black, they say, oh, you don't deserve that. So we get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman wants to talk to in Lenox Mall, but you're making them superstars because you know ain't nobody gonna sleep with them, All right. Then he went on to give Tiffany Haddish some smoke. He said she's been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody. All right? He got personal about Tiffany Haddish. He said the reason why Hollywood likes her is because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt. She said she's got a disease for JJ. Ain't nobody checking for that. So he insinuated that either Tiffany slept with Brad Pitt or planned on sleeping with Brad Pitt to get where she needed to get to in Hollywood. Now, I have a couple comments here because we're going to get to Tiffany Haddish's response in a second. First off, you can feel the jealousy from Katt Williams into all these actors. You know, the only thing that all those actors have in common that Katt Williams brought up, they all have their business together. All the comedians he named, Hannibal Buress, Katt Williams, Gerard Carmichael, Lil Rel, and even Tiffany Haddish. No disrespect to them, but I don't really think any of those guys are funny. I used to think Kevin Hart was funny, but because he has to appease so many audiences and fan bases, I don't even think Kevin Hart's that funny. And I'm not mad at it because he doesn't make comedy just for black people anymore. The jokes just don't resound with me like that anymore, right? So I'm not even mad at Katt saying these people are not funny, but when you get personal, you taking the comedy out of it, when you're starting to call people ugly and, yo, they don't deserve to be where they're at right now, that's hating. And all those comedians that he named have their business together, and that has been one of the things that probably has affected Katt Williams' career in such a way. He doesn't have his business together. The issue is when you got comedians like Kev Hart, Lil Rel, and Tiffany Haddish, they're so popping right now. I think comedians like Katt Williams get upset because they're some of the best comedians in regards to business all time. And Tiffany Haddish is heading in that direction. Lil Rel is heading in that direction that Kev Hart is in right now, right? I think people get upset because we're connecting being a great comedian in regards to business and funny. And I think guys like Katt Williams get disrespected because Kevin Hart shouldn't be on that funniest comedian of all time just because he's one of the best businessmen of all time. If you go look at the NBA, Joe Johnson has made a lot of money in his NBA career, right? Joe Johnson doesn't need to be on anybody's all-time list just because when it's all said and done financially, he made a crap ton of money in the league because he was able to last a very long time. And I think that's Katt Williams' argument in regards to Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. They're getting all these looks, but it's because they're ugly and people don't want to sleep with them. Now, I don't agree with that. I think that's pure hatred from Katt Williams. But nevertheless, he's entitled to his own opinion. And I think comments like this, Katt, are why you're left out of the loop when it's time to make that big money. People think you a hater. People think Monique a hater, y'all. Y'all too busy worried about what the next person got. Your own business ain't together. Now, Tiffany did give Katt Williams a very professional clap back. I think I'm gonna like to see Tiffany Haddish smoke in person come this Monday, right? Because they're both, Katt Williams and Tiffany are both getting Emmys. Congratulations to both of them. And they're gonna be in the same venue Monday. Tiffany Haddish, she went on to Twitter to give her direct response to Katt Williams' comments about she slept with people to get to the top, white people to get to the top. She said, it's official, I made it. Katt Williams talked about me and didn't have the facts right. Hashtag I win, hashtag she ready. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, Katt. When we pick up our Emmys, I just want to shower you with real love because you need it and I love you. And then she sent him a little kiss. All right. Now, part of me is telling me that Tiffany Haddish is on too positive a wave to let anybody distract her from it or stop her back. The other part of me is telling me when Tiffany see Katt in person, because I think she's taller than Katt, I don't really think Katt got them hands like Tiffany do. Part of me is telling me Tiffany might be ready to throw them hands when she see Katt Williams in person for all that smoke he said in the interview. Nevertheless, it is what it is. I don't agree with Katt Williams saying that these guys are so ugly that Hollywood wanted to accept them for being ugly. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I will say this. There is some truth in Katt Williams saying there are funnier comedians out there not getting as good a looks as guys like Katt and other comedians who are smaller than Katt. Katt's one of my favorite comedians of all time. He's just a funny dude. He's just naturally funny. But I do have to point this out to Katt. These people got their business together. They're making plays to make money. And though you're a comedian, I know you love the essence of comedy and great laughter, you didn't have your business together, and you kind of messed up your own bag by so many freaking felony charges. Thank y'all for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.